We are here to talk to wonderful individuals throughout the UAE.
Yes, really.
CASIO, thanks. Good day, everyone, and welcome to Equations for Excellence. My name is Alexandra Topalian, and I'd like to welcome you all to this podcast series empowered by CASIO Education. We are here to talk to wonderful individuals throughout the UAE who have maneuvered through life, through thick and thin, through their obstacles and achievements. Today, I am here with Miss Kat Oakes, real estate specialist for Colliers. How are you, Kat?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Good. Thanks for joining me today.
No problem at all.
So did I pronounce it correctly? Is it Colliers or Collier?
Colliers, yeah.
Colliers.
Yeah, Colliers, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So it is a real estate company that you work for.
Yes, it's an international one. I've only been there for about 6 months now.
Oh.
And it's new. The real estate office that I'm in is new to Dubai. It's only been here for about 6 months.
Okay.
But it is an international brand.
Okay, yes,
all
I've
over
heard of
the
it
world.
before.
I hadn't actually.
Oh, okay,
so
that's fine.
really bad on my behalf. But yeah, I hadn't heard of it before. But it's a huge company with a lot of really good reputation.
So you are very new to the real estate world.
Yes, really, 6 months, and that's it.
My goodness.
Yeah.
And what were you doing before that, if you don't mind me asking?
I've been in education as a teacher for about 20 years in the UK and for about 2 years in Dubai.
Okay.
My specialism was working with special needs children, children of determination out here in Dubai.
Okay.
I love working with children, and I love working with the children that most teachers find really challenging. I get a real big buzz out of helping those individuals. And, you know, I always feel that the smaller steps that children make are often the biggest ones for me, more rewarding.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
yeah,
Not a lot
it's-
of people can do that.
It takes a lot of patience, a lot of resilience, but it's so rewarding. And just those little steps sometimes are more important than the big milestones that most children take.
Right.
I've taught children to read that have never been able to read. I've encouraged girls to come into school because they've been told that they'll never achieve anything. Children that have severe behaviour issues.
Right.
Just manage.
And inclusion is a really big thing here in the UAE. Would you agree?
Up until recently, yes. So up until about 2018, it was kind of not shunned upon, but it was kind of under the carpet.
Okay.
And it's the government are now working really, really hard in schools and throughout the UAE to really make it inclusive, really make the schools and the teachers and everything, and even the law now to really include special needs or children of determination.
Fantastic.
Out here.
Would you say that it was a calculated risk when you decided to go from education to real estate?
Yes, it was. It was, I think I'd come not to the end of my road because I still really like working with children, and I still have a lot of involvement with schools and children, and I help do a bit of private tutoring sometimes with children or parents that I've worked with while I was in school. I still support them a little bit outside of school.
Okay.
But it was something that my husband, who I've been married to very happily for nearly 20 years, had his own business in the UK, and he's a very, very good salesman. And I think I kind of got a lot of tips from him. And when this opportunity came up, it was through a friend of his. And it was just like, look, I'm kind of in limbo land. Don't know really where I want to go at the moment. What do I want to do? I knew I wanted to work.
Yes.
I'm not a sit-at-home person. I like to keep my brain busy and keep busy. And somebody said, why don't you go and just try this interview? Just go for it. And I said, it's real estate. I don't know anything about selling or renting. Don't know the law. Just go for it. And the guy who interviewed me, Callum, was phenomenal. 24, little bit like,
a 24-year-old?
24-year-old, yeah, but he's amazing. The knowledge, the skills he has, and he sold it to me within 10 minutes of me walking in that building.
So he's a good salesman.
Yeah, he is, basically. And he just sold it to me. But I could see when I was speaking to him and what he was saying to me that it's a lot of links from what I was doing with teaching, and I could put that into real estate. And that's what interested me. It was something new and challenging but different, and I like to challenge myself and learn new things, but I could still bring along with me my skills that I'd learned over the last 20 odd years raising my family and teaching. So yeah.
So now, big real estate boom in Dubai.
Huge. Yeah, really, really big.
Do you have a calculator on your desk to, add up all the
all
profits
phones.
you're making?
No, every job I've done, and I know this is going to sound really cliche, but every job I've done isn't about the money. I've got to enjoy the job to be able to do it.
Okay.
And I think if people don't enjoy their job they're doing, it reflects in how they come across. In teaching, if you don't enjoy your job, parents, the kids you're teaching in your class, they really see that in you,
Right.
either in your facial expressions, your body language, your tone. And that's the same in real estate. If you're trying to get to know a client and have that connection with the client so they learn to trust you and know that you're a worthwhile, agent, then you need to be able to show them your passion, your knowledge, your skills, your understanding of, and being able to listen to them and match the client with the property they're after.
Right.
If somebody wants a 4-bed villa for under 5 mil, I'm not going to show them a 3-bed villa for 10 mil. It's because I haven't listened to them. That doesn't
Right.
show me as a very
Absolutely.
good realtor. So yeah,
So what would be some of the biggest risks you've taken in the past 6 months with your whole new real estate career?
the biggest one is obviously going into real estate itself.
Yes, okay.
My specialism area is Dubai Hills. That's because I live there. So that's kind of like a comfortable area.
Okay, because you know it well?
Yeah,
Right? Okay.
it's an amazing. I'm not selling it here, but it's an amazing place to live. It's really family orientated. It's a community within a community. But
Tell me about a really risky situation that you were in that you I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to you. Go ahead. We don't have to name the client.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. So a really, really risky situation that I've been in recently is that I had a, so I'm not going to name the location or anything, but I have a couple of clients that wanted to buy in a certain area of Dubai Hills. They gave me all their criteria of what they were looking for, all their specifications and stuff like that. And I knew that I didn't have the property that they were looking for, but I didn't want to let them down.
Ah, yes.
So it's kind of keeping the client hooked and into me so that they know I'm trying to work really hard for them. But also at the same time knowing that, okay, they've asked me for this. I need to go out and find this and work really, really hard. So it's reaching out and trying to find trustworthy other agents that I need to work with as well.
You mentioned a key word. You mentioned comfort zone.
Yeah.
Do you think that hinders a lot of people in taking risks?
Yeah, it does sometimes. I've been there. So many years ago when I was living in the UK, I was a born and bred Devon girl. I lived on Dartmoor, the big wide open spaces.
I don't know where that is, but okay.
So it's a really green area in England. Never thought I'd move. And then my husband got offered a job which was 700 miles away up the top end of England near Scotland.
Oh.
I was like, I don't want to go. I'm not taking the kids. I don't want to go. This is my comfort zone. I know people. I've got family here, friends here. Yes. I don't know anybody. I don't have a job. I've got nowhere to go. But I'm married to my soulmate, so I went. Okay. And it was the biggest, for the first 3 weeks, I think I'm like, this is a big mistake. What am I doing here? But do you know what? I did it. Yeah. I moved my 3 young children. I went out within 3 weeks. I was settled. I'd made friends. I'd got a part-time job. Yes. Kids are phenomenal.
They are.
They really helped me as an adult.
Yeah, I can identify with that as well. I think most expats can actually when they pick up and leave.
They just go off and speak to other kids really easily. Of course, then you kind of get to talking to their parents, and it just kind of. In fact, the kids, I think, kind of helped me a little bit myself, moving into a new area.
Absolutely.
But that was a huge move. And then just over 2 years ago, I moved from England to Dubai. And like I said, I thought I was a country girl through and through. So me moving from 700 miles to other end of
only
England,
2 years ago.
2 years ago, I moved here. Wow. All the kids are all grown up in the UK. But my husband and I were like, this is a chance for us to, let's do something we've always wanted to do.
Wow.
2 years ago, I made that huge leap and moved out of my comfort zone again, 7,000 miles away to Dubai.
So you've been taking a lot of risks in the past 2 years.
I have, yeah.
You've moved to a new country.
Yep. You've
changed careers.
Yep.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. The biggest challenge I think I've ever done, biggest risk challenge, is I have twins that are 24 now. When they were younger, I decided I wanted to educate myself. So I actually had raised the 3 children who were really young because my youngest had just come along. And I decided I wanted to go back into college and I wanted to train as a teacher. So I worked 2 part-time jobs and I went and did my evening course as a degree, raised my 3 children because my husband's work took him away a lot. And that was a real risk factor for me, because that was like, I need to be a mum. I need to be here for my husband, because I know he's going away working for the money, but I need to do my career as well. And that was a lot of organisation, a lot of willpower, a lot of persistency, and all those things I think I've done over 20 years. I think I bring into what I do now. It's a lot of learning, and you kind of navigate through what's through the things that you choose that are wrong. Sometimes I make mistakes, but I learn from those mistakes, and then you choose, and it's just a path.
Right.
And it depends on how you go through the path.
And I think that at this point in our lives, at the age that we are at, because I think we're about the same age.
I think we are, yeah.
It's kind of like a second... It's like a second life.
Yeah.
Like a
second wind.
Second wind.
Yeah, it
right.
is. Yeah, it's a second wind.
And
I'm
I don't know about
it.
you, but I'm a lot more riskier than... I take a
100%.
lot more risks than when I was 20 or 30.
I'm easily doing that. Doing that. I feel more confident in myself to do that now. 20 years ago, I don't know about you, but I didn't feel like I could take risks. I was very like shy and very withdrawn. And
Same.
For me to sit here and do this is a big thing for me.
But podcast.
Yeah, I've never done anything like this before. So,
well, you're a natural.
Oh, thank you. But
wow,
it's
fantastic.
I love my age now, and I think I'm a better person now than I was 20 years ago, and I love taking risks.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers to that.
CASIO thanks you. Well, thanks a lot, Kat, for joining me today on the podcast. I hope you enjoyed the experience.
It was lovely. Love getting my hair and makeup done. Going out tonight.
Fantastic. On behalf of CASIO Education, I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.